Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another Slimming World update. So as I mentioned previously, every other week we're going to do a Slimming World update. So as you know, I'm still following the Slimming World plan 90% of the time. At weekends I kind of go off piste and have a drink and might get a takeaway or something. But during the week, 9 times out of 10, I am on track. So let's get into what happened this week. Sorry, Doris has decided to join us, hence what this is. So this week was interesting because, I weigh in at Slimming World at club once a month, if not more. Basically, I just want to keep my membership open. So I want to stay on target, obviously, and I am still very conscious that, I'm still following the plan. But what I'm doing now is I'm weighing in at the gym because the gym has one of those machines that you stand on, hold the handles, and basically it gives you like a full BMI and body fat and that kind of thing. So basically what happened this week was really interesting. So as I mentioned last time, I'm still in target, but I'm at the top end of my target. So this week I wanted to lose a pound at least. So this week I have been completely on track and I will be inserting like food pictures of what I've had this week. So when I say fully on track, what I tend to do, and I'm actively trying to lose weight, is stay well within sins and just have as much free food as possible. So this week for my lunches at work, I have had microwave rice, either the golden vegetable one or the Mexican one. And either one of these is 1 sin or 1.5 sins for that whole pack. I bought some roast chicken and I've been adding that to it, and the steam veg pack, the bird's eye 4-pack of steamed veg. So I've had 1 pack of veg with the chicken and the rice. If I wanted to add sauce to it, I could add the Nando's sauce, which is 1/2 sin for a tablespoon. But actually, because the rice has flavour, I didn't need to. And it wasn't particularly dry. It was very, very nice. So I had that for lunch. For breakfasts, I've been sticking to my oat pantry porridge, but only on the days that I've been going to the gym. So on the days I've been going to the gym, I have the fruit crumble one because 40 grams of that is your healthy B. And the days that I haven't been going to the gym, I've been having a yogurt and some fresh fruit as breakfast. And then for dinner in the evenings, I would have things like my Slimming World chips with some sausages, or I had a cheese omelette one night with some chips and beans. So well within sins, healthy and all of that. And when I weighed in at the gym, I didn't lose actual weight. I haven't lost a pound. I've lost no weight, but my body fat has decreased by 10%, which is crazy. And I can see it. I definitely feel it. But it's just so interesting. I'm going to insert the slides from the gym, like the sheets of paper, the receipts from the gym, to show you last week and this week. So what I'm going to do is every week I'm going to weigh in at the gym and I'm going to share that information with you guys. And then when I do weigh in at club, I'll let you know. But the point is, if I'd have weighed in, if I'd been good all week and weighed in at club, not losing any weight, I would have been furious. But when I saw that gym thing, I was like, okay, I haven't actually lost weight, like actual physical weight, but I've lost 10% of my body fat. That is nuts. And I'll take that over the gym, over the club any day. So I was really happy with that. So I'm going to keep that train going this week and see what else I can do. So I'm going to have the same lunches next week because I actually really, really enjoyed it. With my work lunches, it's always difficult because I work full time. So I'm in the office 5 days a week. So it's difficult to be inventive when it comes to Slimming World. And also meal prepping, taking God knows how many Tupperwares into work and stuff. I work in an office with lots of people, so I can't take over the entire fridge. So it's always a bit of a struggle, but I'm really, really happy with this week's progress. I've been going to the gym my 3 days, and it's just been a mixture of cardio and weights. I've been watching Married at First Sight Australia, so I have been doing a bit more cardio than usual just so I can watch the programme. But I always keep it and, you know, mix it up a little bit. I basically did, this week, I did walking uphill for 20 minutes on the treadmill. So I walk at 3.7 speed at an incline of 15. So you're literally like leaning back, walking uphill for all that time. Then I go on to do the cycling for 10 minutes, and then I do 5 minutes of rowing, and I do the fish game on the rowing machine. If you've got similar stuff at your gym, have a look at the games. They're really fun. And with this one, the fish game is you have to catch certain fish to get points, and you have to dodge other fish. And the whole point of it is making your speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down, really push to get the higher fish, and then you can drop down again. It basically just, so you're not just going back and forth for 10 minutes. And I do that for about 8 minutes, and trust me, you really feel it in your arms and your stomach and your legs, like you really feel it. And then I do weights, like I say, I lift 8 kilogram weights, and I just do some arm ones that I push up, and then I pull up like butterfly ones like that. I have one dumbbell behind my back with 2 hands and kind of do that. And then I do leg exercises, I do stomach crunches with a resistance belt. So I just kind of do that. So 3 times a week for an hour at a time, that's my routine. And yeah, that's kind of all I do. It works for me, but the main thing is the food and snacks this week. The snacks that I've just had fruit. At work, we're very, very lucky. We have a fruit basket. Whenever I felt snacky, I have a apple, and it does kind of help. Like it definitely just takes the edge off. When I think about it, I'm like, am I hungry? Am I bored? Or if I just want to have a little walk? And I've drunk gallons of water this week. Gallons. So that also helps too. So yeah, motivation wise, I don't need to think of anything to motivate me. As I said to you before, I have got a Pinterest board at work, on my computer, and I look at that whenever I feel like I need some inspo. I'll put the address here. And I just love my Pinterest board. It's got inspirational quotes on it. It's got like body types that I like and stuff. And it just kind of helps me stay on track. Because this week at work, what I was going to say is we had International Women's Day, and they were very kind and gave us loads of donuts, including vegan ones, because you know I'm lactose intolerant and I can have vegan donuts. There were Krispy Kreme ones, 10 cents each. I did not have any. And do you know what? I was so tempted. Oh my God. And I just had to ignore the room. I was going to take photos to show you, and I couldn't even bring myself to do photos because they had the vegan glazed donuts and vegan stuffed ones as well, like Biscoff and things like that. Oh my God. So I didn't have that. I was so proud of myself for like not having that. And this is the thing I was saying last week with this whole Mounjaro thing, because people did sort of comment like, you don't judge people, you don't understand. I do understand. You don't understand how hard it is for me to say no. I was 2.5 stone heavier for a reason, guys. Like, when it comes to self-control, there was a period where I had none. Like, and I'm going to share that with you now, the story of like what I used to eat before I went on to Slimming World. So let's get into that. So my weight gain journey, if you like, started, if I really think about it, it probably started when Stu and I first moved in together around 2009. When we first moved in, people were buying us like bottles of stuff and like bubbly and things. And we went through a period of drinking every evening. And then we knocked that on the head. We realized like we're going to be living together. Like we can't do this all the time. So we stopped that. But then, you know, I went through a phase of like making cakes and things. I was really like nesting. Like we'd moved in together. I'd never lived with a man before. And it was like we were, you know, I was nesting, making cakes and stuff like that. And then when I found out I was lactose intolerant, I was trying to find ways of making things that I could eat. But what I failed to realise was those things still contain tons of calories, right? So I put on probably like a stone-ish, and I stopped smoking as well. So I probably put on about a stone and a half. I joined then the Rosemary Connolly plan, if you remember that one, for like a few months, and I lost a stone. And I was like, amazing. And I left the other half the stone on. And I stayed that weight for like 10 years, right? Cut to 2019, 2020, COVID hit. When COVID hit, as you will remember, you couldn't get food deliveries, you had to queue for food, you had to queue to get into a supermarket and stuff like that. I was incredibly lucky that I was able to get a food delivery regularly through work, because with work we have Ocado, and I was able to use our Ocado and pay for it myself, but have the delivery slots. We were prioritised, right? So we were getting food you can just put in the freezer. So we were getting things like fish fingers and just loads of kind of just convenience food. So we were having things like fish finger sandwiches and soup and bread and stuff, things that I thought were healthy. And then when I was going into the office, when everything started to reopen again, you could get like takeaways and stuff again, I got overexcited. I would order things like pizza. We would have pizza nights at home. We would get takeaways. When I was at the office, I'd get a McDonald's or whatever. And again, weight just kept coming on. And I only really saw it 2022. There was one moment, everyone has their moment where they see it and you're just like, oh my God, this was my moment where I had to do something. And I caught a reflection of myself in a mirror from behind, and I was horrified. And literally that next day I went into the office, I was looking up Slimming World stuff. A friend of mine mentioned that a friend of hers lost loads of weight on Slimming World, and I looked it up, and I went that week, I went through the doors and I signed up, and I never looked back. So when we talk about self-control and people are like, oh, you don't understand, I do understand. I am a foodie, I love food, but to my detriment, I also love junk food. I do. I love a McDonald's, I love pizza, I love all the stuff that's actually really bad for you. And I'm fully aware that it's bad for you. I'm fully aware it's gross, and I'm fully aware of all those things, but you can't help what you like. So when we talk about self-control, like when I'm starving hungry and you're walking through a shopping centre, there's a McDonald's right there. It takes everything in me not to do it. I haven't had a McDonald's. It's got to be. I had to have one when we went to Amsterdam a couple of years ago because our flight was delayed, and it was the only place I could get something that didn't have dairy in it. So I had to have a McDonald's. And I was furious because I love it, but it was calories that I didn't want. I was not gonna eat it. I wouldn't have eaten it if I didn't have to. But yeah, I'm so afraid that if I have something like that, I will slip back into old habits. I just don't have it. So as far as willpower goes, I've given up smoking, like probably 16, 17 years. For a period of time, I didn't drink alcohol for 3 years. I do have really strong willpower, I do, but to exercise it is hard. And guys, I'm literally pouring my heart out to you now because I haven't really told anybody any of this story, but it does take effort, and I am fully aware. But the point is, nothing changes if nothing changes. If I just said, right, well, I love McDonald's, so I'm just going to carry on eating it, I would get fatter, and I know that. I didn't want to be a size 16, which is where I was. I was a 14, and my 14s were tight. I was teetering. I was a size 16, but I refused to buy a size 16. Refused. I was never going to be a size 16. And that's where the willpower came in. And I was so determined, and now I'm a size 10. So, you know, it can be done, but you have to exercise that willpower to find it and exercise it. And if you don't, you won't succeed. End of story. With the Mounjaro thing, taking that, to me, is a cop-out. Unless you're prescribed it, if you're really overweight and you need to take it for your health and your type 2 diabetes, of course. My problem is, if you're a size 12 influencer being paid by Mounjaro people to show people that you can inject yourself once a week, eat whatever you want, you can eat the McDonald's, you can eat the Greggs, you can eat all the crap and still lose weight, that's what I've got a problem with. So that's what I wanted to explain that a bit better. But again, it's your body, right? You do you. If it works for you, great. People ask my opinion on it. I've had lots of questions on my Instagram about Mounjaro and stuff, and I've been watching these influencers on TikTok selling Mounjaro. And yeah, that's just my take on it. I would prefer to do things healthier. And as I said before, the challenge is up here. If you don't change your relationship with food in your mind, you're not going to succeed. If you stop taking Mounjaro and you've been used to eating Greggs and McDonald's and everything more because you're injecting, once you stop injecting and you still carry on doing that, guess what's going to happen? The weight's just going to pile back on. You need to have it little and often, have it little, not often. If you want a McDonald's, if I want a McDonald's now, I could go and get one and it would do nothing. It would change nothing on my body. I would not suddenly gain 4 pounds. But the problem is, food like that is addictive. It's made to be addictive. Chocolate, crisps, all those things are made to be addictive. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a bag of crisps. I have crisps probably once, twice a week when we have a glass of beer or wine or whatever. Last night we had coated nuts and they were very nice. And again, I did check the sins on them. They're not actually that bad, but they have got sins in them. But I am aware that I only have it once a week and I really enjoy what I have. But I know that if I did it every day, that wouldn't be good. And this is the thing I've been training myself for the last 3 years. You can't do it all. So that's the moral of the story. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I really hope that it gives you something to take away and to actually exercise that willpower, because without it, you're not going to change. We can watch all the videos, you can, do whatever, but until you don't put something in your mouth, that's the change. That's what we need to change. So guys, take care. I will see you in the next video, which next week will be a beauty video. So enjoy, and I will see you in the next one.